Hi, my name is KimmieB of KimmieB Bags. I own an online consignment store, KimmieBags.com. We sell authenticated luxury secondhand goods, and we get those items every day from customers all over the USA. Secondhand luxury are items that are gently used. Some items are even just previously owned, and they're normally just sitting on a closet shelf waiting to be used. And that is where I step in as a consignment store. We help people sell their unused bags and wallets every single day. I began KimmieB Bags, December 2018. It's kind of a crazy story. I was in a car accident and I wasn't able to work. So I grabbed 6 bags that were in my closet, and I luckily sold them within a week. And that's kind of where the idea was born of, hey, why don't I take this, reinvest it, and see where the business can go from here. As the business got larger and larger, I started hosting online shows, and that is what the consignment part of my business, when that was born, customers were able to find me online through live selling. And that's when I began to sell other people's bags and wallets for them. I knew that I needed to have a system in place or a tool in place to start organizing all of the consignment bags that were coming in from all of the different customers online. And that's where Trendful stepped in. And they became a tool and a solution for me to manage the intake and the customer database for all of the consignment as I exploded. Entrupy became a tool in my business when I launched my online store. I realized I needed to have a tool for authentication. Just telling people that I have sold 1,000 bags myself and I've been able to authenticate with my own eyes, my reputation wasn't enough. So with Entrupy and Trendful, implementing those tools fairly early of the growth stages of my business allowed me to be where I am today. I started using Trendful August of 2021. It's the same month that I hired my first employee. I went from selling about 20 bags a month to about 40, and I knew instantly I needed something to start managing 40 plus pieces a month. That's a lot of individual pieces, and I also went from having 5 consigners at the beginning to instantly about 20. So I knew that I needed some type of tool outside of an Excel spreadsheet to manage the intake of the boxes coming in, and to also track what's incoming and what's outgoing, what has sold, and all that. The way that I currently price my items, I use Trendful. I have the top plan currently at Trendful, and I've had it since I started. I love the price tool that Trendful has integrated in the interface. Whenever we intake the item, we type in the item name, and Trendful gives us a whole SKU, like a whole bunch of data that we're able to pull current price points from the top 3 resale platforms out there and giving us up to date of exactly what we should sell it at. So we use Trendful with the price database to price our current products. We receive consignment intake every single day. We receive about 100 plus boxes a week, and we are working on consignment intake all 7 days a week. So we are using Trendful every day. A lot of my employees are brand new to the resale industry, and that is the hardest thing to teach somebody who isn't currently in the industry. How do they understand how to price something at the right point? Using Trendful kind of takes all the guesswork out of that. And the employee is going to put the name of the product, the material of the product, and the size. Trendful will give us a suggested price within the database based on condition, and I trust my employees to use that Trendful tool with the price database. When customers log in to consign with us, they are able to receive an instant quote right then. If the customer inputs all the data that we request, which is a few photos and the condition of the item, if it is found within the database, yes, absolutely, we'll give the customer an instant quote, and if the customer wants to accept it, they will hit yes, and then it will provide an instant label. That takes hours out of admin and back office work that we no longer have to do with the Trendful instant quote. It has been such a big time saver in our business. With authentication, I began using Entrupy May of 2020. So I implemented Entrupy within the first month, and the only tool that I knew that would actually lease a piece of equipment was Entrupy. Before, I would just have to trust that the wholesaler or that the auction house that I was purchasing from, hoping that they provided some form of authentication. The auction houses that I bought from used Entrupy. That's how I saw the referral for it and decided, let me call this company and see what they provide. I didn't look anywhere else after having my demo with Entrupy. I've had no issues at all with authentication with Entrupy. I find it seamless, and we've been able to fight anti-counterfeiting because we do receive about 2 pieces a week, and with Entrupy's AI technology and using that tool, we don't have to think twice. When they say it's counterfeit, we can trust it and know that it's counterfeit. Again, it's looking at things at a microscopic level that we may miss with our own eyes. The reason why I wanted to provide authentication with my business, I went to Entrupy immediately. Again, just looking at the bigger companies, what are they doing? And they provided an authentication service, and that's peace of mind to a buyer. Everybody who's buying a secondhand good, there's always that question, is it real? And unless the customer, if they don't know you and it's the first time they're purchasing from you, how do you provide trust? Well, an insurance certificate or an insurance guarantee in American culture, putting that 100% money back guarantee is reassurance when it comes to selling a secondhand good. And Entrupy provides all of us that 100% money back guarantee. We use Entrupy every day for authenticating all the new arrivals that we get from our consignment business. But we use Entrupy for every single piece that enters our showroom. I would say the most interesting things that I've authenticated with Entrupy will be anything that it would be in an orange box, like you see right here behind me. Receiving these high quality pieces from Hermes that are over $10,000. There's a level of nervousness when we receive those in-house. And there's peace of mind knowing that that is authentic, and it's vital that we use Entrupy for every high dollar piece, such as anything that's in an orange Hermes box. Working with Entrupy and Trendful as partners have been a huge positive for my business. They're tools that I didn't know that I needed until, or maybe let me put it this way, they're tools that I didn't know their value until they were really integrated into the business. I knew that I needed authentication services, but once the customer started saying, thank you for providing complimentary authentication, this is something that we didn't see with other sellers. It was validation that what I was doing was correct. And when it comes to Trendful with the intake management system, again, providing instant quotes, it's something that other businesses don't necessarily offer. So providing a faster turnaround time for consignment quotes, that automation was key and vital to my growth.